Hi, welcome to UFS TV from inside a car. Now, why did I want to talk about self-defense in a car? Now, there are things you can do in a car. For example, how you could ever get in this situation, I don't know, but sometimes it can happen where you might get attacked in a car with the passenger gone a bit mad or whatever, and there are things you can do to bounce their heads off the dashboard or off the steering wheel. And if you're old enough, you'll remember many years ago, before everybody wore seatbelts, people used to brake and then they'd shoot through the windscreen and all that sort of stuff. But I don't really want to talk about that. Really, it's just about attitude while you're driving. And I learnt this from a friend of mine called Andrew Love, who's an advanced driving instructor. And he talked about often what happens is accidents happen because of the attitude of the driver. So for example, whenever you're late, whenever anybody's late, that's when you're going to get a tractor in the way, or a 90-year-old woman driving, you know, a metro or something. There's always someone wants to get in your way. Now, there's a couple of things going on there. Number one, you've left it too late. Well, that happens. We all are late to get to places sometimes. We leave too late. We try to do too much stuff. But it really is about controlling your attitude once that happens, because there's nothing really you can do. Where I live, the road from this town to Kettering, where the gym is a renowned accident black spot. There was an accident there a couple of days ago where somebody died. And what happens is someone tries to overtake where there isn't the space, or there's no clear line of vision. And accidents happen, and unfortunately this person died. And it's quite, you know, it's not the first time it's ever happened on that road. So in order to control your attitude, you have to think about, what's the end result? How late are you going to be? You're going to be a couple of minutes late, 5 minutes late? You know, if you think you're going to be 10 minutes late, you should always phone on in advance and say you're going to be late. And you'll just find that reduces the amount of stress you have when you drive. So self-defense is much more about your attitude in the car and the way that you drive, controlling your emotions, which is what martial arts is all about, really, isn't it? If you're sparring, then you want to control your emotions so that you're not getting hit a lot. And that has nothing to do as much with technical ability, but how good you are in that moment. So in terms of self-defense in a car, think also about things like, these are things that Andrew taught me. We once went on this drive from Bedford back to Kettering, and he was telling me, he did like this long, almost like Murray Walker-like dialogue or monologue, and he was telling me how to hit bends. In terms of, as you see where the bend is, if you hit the apex just at the right point, you can continue smoothly. And his idea was always, you will get there faster by driving smoothly rather than driving really fast in some points and slow in others. So I've taken his advice, and you find that most people take bends far too slowly. But equally, it's about looking where that apex is, you know, and also looking further on. Most people only probably look maybe 100 yards, so think about looking 150 yards in advance. And it was like one day I did with this guy, Andrew Love. Really recommend him as a driving instructor if you're in the local area anyway. But it was a really fascinating sort of day with him to sort of understand more about driving, because I hadn't been on a driving lesson for 20 odd years at that point. So self-defense in a car is much more about your attitude rather than what actually is happening in a car. Maybe one day we'll get a couple of us in here and we'll show you the sorts of things that physically you do in your car. But I just thought that'd be something slightly different for you. Something always, that's what we're always doing, challenge you, making you think a little bit. So attitude is the thing that's going to keep you safe in the car. And happy driving, and see you soon.